Students spend all of high school trying to find themselves and their passions. Now, the class of 2017 is ready to soar to new heights and find their place in the world. We featured 5 seniors who have decided to go against the grain in choosing their field of study. The ghostwriter met with each of these seniors to see and understand their decisions in choosing the unique majors. We wanted to hear their stories before they head out into the world outside of WA.
What makes philosophy unique? According to U.S. Census data, only 0.42% of bachelor's degrees conferred by institutes of higher learning in 2014 were in philosophy, falling from a high of 0.51% in 2006.
Ethan Will, part of WA's graduating class of 2017, has chosen to take on this rare major as he moves forward into his college years.
I'm Bergeron.
And I'm Rachel Wight.
And we had a chance to ask Ethan for his philosophy on philosophy.
So just so everyone is on the same page, what is philosophy?
I think it's about questioning the nature of the universe and our knowledge and using our forethought to come to conclusions.
So, obviously you're going to be studying philosophy. Do you know where yet? Have you committed?
Nope.
All right. That's all right. What originally got you into philosophy?
Well, my dad was a philosophy major, and he had a bunch of books lying around, which made it pretty easy because I could just pick up a book and start reading. I think it was just one day I said, you know, Dad, I just want to start learning philosophy. And he was like, okay, we'll read these. I did. And, we just got the ball rolling, basically.
So what is it about philosophy that really draws you in and makes you want to study it at a higher level?
I just think it's one of the most rewarding things that you can do, where it's, in a way, it's like solving any logical puzzle, where once you get all the pieces to fit together, it just feels rewarding that you thought it through.
Cool. So as far as, you mentioned your dad, and as far as inspirations go, who inspired you? I imagine your dad was part of that.
Yes, he was basically the main influence on it, along with, obviously, some famous philosophers that I've read, like Immanuel Kant and Nietzsche. But outside of that, it's sort of just been me independently studying it.
So, as you mentioned, two of your favorite philosophers, and what about them do you like?
Well, I think first and foremost, they're really great writers, and that helps quite a bit. And they, what I really respect about them is that I've never seen such well-crafted arguments posed in really any situation ever. They're just very good at logically piecing together all the pieces to come to conclusions, and it really helps you get a better sense of the world around you.
So generally, what is kind of the world's viewpoint on majoring in philosophy? Because you don't hear it that often, so what keeps people from studying philosophy?
Well, it's considered like one of those liberal arts degrees that doesn't seem to have a lot of applicability when it comes to finding a job or any sort of career. But I would disagree, because what's so good about philosophy is that it just teaches you how to think logically and how to problem solve, which is really helpful really in, honestly, any kind of job. Because for the most part, you can learn sort of the nitty-gritty of a job once you start getting into it. You don't have to be an expert in the field before you have that job. But philosophy, if you come with the skills to think logically and to be able to solve problems, you really just have a better working experience for the most part.
So kind of what are your feelings as you're going into this major that's not very common? It's like, trying to think of the correct word for it, but a lot of people don't do it. What are your feelings going into it? Like, are you nervous?
I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually excited quite a lot to just be studying philosophy for 4 years.
What was your family's reaction to you studying philosophy?
Well, my dad encouraged it quite a bit, not just because he studied philosophy, but also just because he would be supportive of me regardless of what I wanted to study. My mother, not so much. She thinks it's a useless major and that I'm going to get nothing out of it and that I'm not going to really be happy studying it.
How do your in your friend group, are you the only one who's studying philosophy in your group of friends?
I would imagine so, yes.
What were their reactions to it?
Well, everyone just kind of treats it as a big joke, but, stones and glass houses.
How would you describe your experience in school with philosophy? Because this school doesn't offer a philosophy course. So how did you kind of maintain that love for philosophy when it's not taught at school?
Mainly on my own outside of school. I really just had to do the work outside of school. But I think what a high school can offer you when it's not a direct philosophy course is in places like English and history, it can teach you a lot of things about political theory and analysis of things, which can help with your logical thinking. And even stuff like mathematics, where you break apart sort of the language of mathematics. It helps you develop logical thinking skills, which really is all philosophy is about.
And you were part of the philosophy forum that took place earlier in the year. What was your experience with that? What was it like? What did you gain from it?
To be completely blunt, it wasn't really the best. It really needed a lot of work and a lot more participation, which was unfortunate because every week I seemed to show up there seemed to be one less person going. The structure of it, I think, could have been done better, because what's so great about philosophy is the discourse part of it, where you have a sort of debate going on. But a lot of it seemed more just instructive, but which is part of the problem is, in order to have a good philosophical discussion, you need to be well educated on the subject. But how do you get well educated on the subject without some sort of teaching forum? Which therein lies the trouble. It would be hard, for instance, to have a history club if there was no history class, so kids didn't really understand a lot of history. It would be similar to that. So a lot of it devolved into lecturing, and a lot of the times it'd have to be oversimplified because you don't have the time to read a whole book in 50-minute periods. So it had a lot of problems, and as far as I know, I don't think it really is around anymore.
So I guess kind of winding down here, what is your ultimate goal in studying philosophy? Is there a certain job you have in mind, or do you want to write? What is your plan?
I don't really know what I want to do in my life. All I know is that I just want to study philosophy and just have fun doing it.
Cool. And is there anything else you would like to add?
No.
Over the years, those surrounding Ethan have witnessed his love for philosophy grow.
I caught up with Joe Caradazian, a close friend of Ethan's. So how long have you known Ethan?
A long time. I think I met him in second grade, first grade. Yeah, first grade. So I don't know how many years that is. Can't do that.
Did you know that he was going to go into this major?
No, I didn't.
What were your first thoughts of him going into philosophy?
I thought, what are you doing? I thought that, but then I got to hand it to him that it's kind of cool that he's going for a major that he really is interested in. Instead of kind of going for the classic, where's the money at? So I kind of envy him in a way that he's willing to take the risk. So.
Would you ever take that risk?
I always hate that risk. I guess I'd have to think about it more. But I'm lucky in a way that what I like happens to be in a position where I can make some money. So I kind of got lucky that way. So it's kind of hard for me to say whether I'm willing to take the risk. I'd probably say no, because I care way too much about money. That's just me.
Did you think that this was a good choice for him?
I think it's cool. I think he's following his father's footsteps. His father got a philosophy degree, which is kind of cool. So I think whatever makes him happy, I think that's a good choice for him.
Do you know if this is a family tradition for him?
Not positive. I'm not sure. I know his dad got a philosophy major. I don't think his mom did. I think his mom's a math teacher, actually. But I'm not sure how far back it goes, if the grandfather got it. So I think it's relatively, if it is a tradition, it's a very new tradition, starting with Ethan.
Were you encouraging, and were his parents, if you know, were?
We didn't really talk that much about majors, to be honest, because, we got, but, I mean, his parents aren't yelling at him, so I'm assuming they're encouraging him, so I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, they are encouraging him.
What do you think of other people that are doing the same thing as Ethan is going for the not typical?
I don't really know, personally, I don't really know anybody, but like I said before, I think it's a hard risk to take, but I think I do have respect those people that are willing to take the risk. I know people are doing art majors. Those sometimes you win it. You do well. Sometimes you don't do well with art majors. So I think that those people definitely have a lot of courage.
And is there anything that you also want to add about him going into philosophy and?
Not really. I don't think so. I don't really know a lot about philosophy in general, so I really can't say much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Be it business or philosophy, choosing a major is a tough decision that those heading to college face. On behalf of the ghostwriter, we wish Ethan the best of luck as he pursues his passion, as well as all of the graduating class of 2017. This has been Bergeron and Rachel Wight. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more podcasts on the unique majors of WA's current senior class.